This mini documentary explores ideas drawn from spiritual research, channeling sessions, and personal accounts from various cultures. It offers a brief introduction for people who wish to understand the overleaves, the personality framework each spirit adopts for a single lifetime. This video is the fourth in a 5-part series about your personality as a person. Today, we will explore one of the key ingredients of your personality toolkit, the chief fears, the fear-based habits that try to protect you from perceived danger, but can also limit your growth. We already explored the basic theories on souls, soul maturity, the afterlife, and the 7 core soul roles in previous videos. If you have not seen these yet, I invite you to click on the link in the description box below or in this video. This material is not presented as absolute truth, but as an invitation to explore possibilities and reflect on yourself. Take what resonates, leave what does not, and feel free to do your own research. Let us begin. A brief recap. In our previous videos, we explored the 3 pillars of your personality toolkit: the goal, the mode, and the attitude. The settings that shape how you move through life, how you relate, and how you interpret your experiences. We also discussed your center, the part of your personality that determines how you process everything that happens to you. Today, we turn to the 7 chief fears, the patterns that try to keep you safe, but can also become obstacles when they take over. What chief fears actually are? Chief fears, sometimes called chief features, are fear-based habits that form in adolescence. They begin as a way to protect you from perceived danger. They're not pathology, not flaws, not sins. They're simply defensive strategies that once served a purpose, but eventually get in the way. They're also the only part of the overleaf system that can truly change, because they're not part of your essence. They belong to the false personality, the survival self that tries to keep you safe. When a chief fear is active, it's like putting on a protective costume. It may shield you for a moment, but it also limits how freely you can move. The 7 chief fears. Each chief fear is rooted in a specific vulnerability, a place where the personality once felt unsafe. 1. Self-deprecation, the fear of inadequacy. You worry you're not enough, so you shrink yourself to avoid being exposed. 2. Arrogance, the fear of being judged. You build a wall of distance or superiority to avoid being seen too closely. 3. Self-destruction, the fear of losing control. You sabotage yourself before life can take you out. 4. Greed, the fear of not having enough. You grasp, cling, or overaccumulate to avoid feeling deprived. 5. Martyrdom, the fear of feeling worthless. You overgive or oversuffer to prove your value. 6. Impatience, the fear of missing out. You rush, push, or demand because you fear life is slipping away. 7. Stubbornness, the fear of change. You dig your heels in because change feels like danger. These are the protective costumes the personality puts on when it feels unsafe. How chief fears form. A chief fear usually forms when a child misinterprets a painful event and decides, "I must protect myself from this happening again." The personality then builds a protective wall around that vulnerability. For example, a child who feels ignored may develop martyrdom. A child who feels deprived may develop greed. A child who feels humiliated may develop arrogance. It's not the event itself that shapes the fear. It's the meaning the child gave it. Primary versus secondary fear. This is one of the most insightful parts of the teaching. Your primary chief fear distorts your goal. Your secondary chief fear distorts your attitude. This is why people sometimes feel like they're fighting themselves. The goal wants to move forward. The chief fear slams on the brakes. The attitude tries to interpret the chaos. The center reacts, and the whole system wobbles. It's a domino effect. How to diffuse a chief fear. The old text says, photograph the fear, which was the Michael's teachings metaphor for mindful observation. In modern language, you diffuse a chief fear by seeing it clearly, naming it, and recognizing that it's a protective reflex, not truth. The moment you see the pattern, it begins to lose its power. This isn't about fighting your fear. It's about understanding it, gently, honestly, without shame. Because once you understand how your chief fear works, you can choose differently. And that choice is where freedom begins. How negative poles fit into the picture. Before we close, there is one more piece that helps everything fall into place. Earlier in this series, we explored your goal, your mode, and your attitude, and each of these has a healthy expression, called the positive pole, and a distorted expression, called the negative pole. Negative poles are simply what happens when your personality leans out of balance. For example, an idealist can shift into unreasonableness, or someone in the mode of passion can slip into identification. These distortions affect how you interpret reality. Chief fears are different. Where negative poles distort your traits, chief fears distort your sense of safety. Negative poles shape how you see the world. Chief fears shape how you protect yourself from the world. They interact, often very strongly, but they are not the same thing. Understanding this difference helps you recognize what's happening inside you. Is this a distortion of my personality traits? Or is this a fear-based reflex trying to keep me safe? Once you can tell the difference, you gain clarity. And clarity is the beginning of freedom. A closing word and resources. In the next video, we will bring everything together. Your goal, your mode, your attitude, your center, and your chief fears, and explore how these ingredients combine to create the unique recipe of your personality. For now, thank you for watching this video on the chief fears, the protective habits that once kept you safe, but can also hold you back when they take over. As with all parts of this framework, there is much more to explore than we could cover in one video, and you will find other interpretations and theories online as well. Let this not be your only guideline. We invite you to explore some of the sources and inspiration in the description box below this video, or do your own research online, or visit your local library. In short, this framework is not meant to define belief, but to open a door to reflection and exploration, especially when it comes to understanding your own patterns with more compassion. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you will always know when the next video is available.